Warning: sensitive images.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Heaven Godspeed.
George Hayek's Hayek Hospital was presented the Shining World Compassion Award by Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, in 2021 for exclusively serving vegan food at the facility. His Lebanese Vegans group was presented the Shining World Vegan Initiative Award in 2021 for its many vegan promotion activities. It also received a humble token contribution of $20,000 from Master to further its caring endeavors. George Hayek, vegan, owner of the world's first vegan hospital, part 1 of 2. Please continue watching to find out more.
Vegan. We cannot murder and eat the victim.
Yokwei means hello in Marshallese, a widely spoken language in the Marshall Islands. Noble viewers, I'm Mary Gold. Your colorful presence is like a happy rainbow enriching the lives of many. The caring people of the Marshall Islands wish you and your loved ones peace, health, happiness, and prosperity in this new year. Welcome to our show entitled George Hayek, Vegan, owner of the world's first vegan hospital, part 1 of 2. George Hayek, vegan, comes from a Lebanese family that runs Hayek Hospital in Beirut, Lebanon. It is a Shining World Compassion Award recipient. His family has run this facility for several generations. George had a major transformation in his life, which led him to become one of the leading vegan advocates in Lebanon. Through this monumental change in outlook, he turned his hospital into a vegan one, including the food served, clothing worn, and the furniture used within the facility. Many in the media have dubbed it the world's first vegan hospital. He also founded Lebanese Vegans, a non-profit that promotes animal people rights and the vegan diet. Supreme Master Television had the honor of interviewing Mr. Hayek about his hospital and animal people activism. How did it all start? 10 years ago, he was sent a video clip by a vegan friend of a cow person being slaughtered. Disturbed by the footage, Mr. Hayek felt a need to know more, so he decided to investigate the food system and how we feed ourselves.
So I started doing my research. I found out that the reality actually is very far from what the industries and the mainstream media wants us to perceive. What they only show is happy animals dancing on green fields, singing, happy to go to the abattoir and be slaughtered and to be a piece of steak for us to enjoy. Whereas the reality is far from this. Animals are not living a good life. Animals are not happy. They are not dancing in green fields. They are not singing. They are not going happily to slaughterhouses. They are not having their throat cut open, bleeding and happy about it. They're not dying in agony and happy about this as well. Yeah, I figured out that we've been lied all this time by the mainstream media and by the lobbies. All they care about is making money out of those poor animals, and they make money out of manipulating us, good people. So I decided to stop eating animals.
He became vegetarian after these shocking discoveries. But the further he dug into the way we feed ourselves, the more veganism became the only option for him.
So when I did my research and I found out all the horrors taking place in those industries, I decided to transition actually from vegetarian into fully vegan, to cut completely animal products from my lifestyle. I stopped drinking milk, I stopped cheese, eggs, and I stopped buying leather, silk, fur. Trying to adapt as much as possible into a vegan lifestyle, where, as you know, the definition of veganism is to try as much as possible in a non-vegan world to minimize the unnecessary killing and the abuse of animals.
After turning vegan, Mr. Hayek wanted to become an advocate for animal people. He launched an endeavor to share the good news of how we can feed ourselves and live in harmony with our animal friends as well.
The thing is that I didn't want to keep this to myself. I didn't just want to be a vegan myself. I wanted to forward the message to everyone. I realized that being vegan, it's not for us, it's for them, the animals. Maybe, you know, there's this plant-based trend now that a lot of people are adapting. I believe that being plant-based is thinking selfishly and being worried about your health. But veganism is for the animals. We care about the animals, and this is our main focus. So I decided to try to be active about it. I started by opening up a modest Facebook page called Lebanese Vegans back in 2014, where I used to expose, and I still do actually, the horrors that is taking place in those industries. And actually, I realized that the meat and dairy and all animal industries, they rely on secrecy. They rely on misleading the customer. They rely on lying. And this is their strength.
No to vegan. Sure you are attracted to hell cause it's so hot.
Loving viewers, we're going to pause a moment for a constructive message. We will be right back. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to today's show. George Hayek Vegan, owner of the world's first vegan hospital, part 1 of 2 on Supreme Master Television.
The hospital consists of 70 beds and is considered as a medium-sized hospital in Lebanon. We do offer radiology operating room, emergency room, dialysis, ophthalmology, cath lab, and more.
Being in the healthcare business, George saw the possibilities of introducing meals free of animal people products to both patients and medical practitioners at Hayek Hospital. However, at first, he still had reservations.
When I turned vegan, I was part of managing the hospital, but I wasn't really ready to do the transition because I wanted to first ready myself to acknowledge all aspect of veganism and to grasp as many information as I could from the health perspective and of course from the environmental perspective. So it took me some years to gather all the information that I needed in order for me to take the decision to transition the hospital into serving plant-based meats. Because, as I mentioned, the changes started from within, and since I'm fortunate enough to be owning a hospital, I believed that I should implement what I am preaching through my social media platform into my daily actions, into my line of business, which happens to be a hospital. So this is when I started doing more research on this topic and how to be able to transition a hospital into serving only plant-based meals.
Mr. Hayek used a variety of tools to help get the vital vegan message across to those involved in changing the way his hospital was run.
This is when I started doing a lot of educational programs, seminars, conferences at the hospitals, documentary screenings, of course. We screened What the Health, tackling the health aspect. We screened Dominion. We screened all the documentaries actually that helped us to do the transition. I exposed the public. Of course, we conducted our very first vegan conference in Lebanon. It was held at the hospital's auditorium back in 2019. It was such a success. We gathered more than 300 attendees. This led us to be even more motivated to continue our journey. Intensive education for my staff, whether it's the medical staff, of course, or the nursing staff, or even the managerial and administration staff. Those educational programs were essential for the transition. It was like a gradual shift. So people would understand why I took this decision and would accept this decision. One, I informed them, and all the educational programs, especially the health aspect, mentioned that the WHO classified meat as carcinogenic. There is no place for carcinogenic food in a hospital or in any healthcare institution that is supposed to be treating cancers and chronic diseases.
Hayek Hospital was presented the Shining World Compassion Award by Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan in 2021 for exclusively serving vegan food at the facility. His Lebanese Vegans group was presented the Shining World Vegan Incentive Award in 2021 for providing over 2,000 families with free vegan food every day after the August 2020 explosion at Beirut's port and its many vegan promotion activities. It also received a humble token contribution of $20,000 from Master to further its caring endeavors. Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan is deeply grateful to the most merciful beloved God for all the financial help, comfort, and support to the afflicted and needy, and or any good cause over the years, as the humble vessel for Here's compassion and love toward Here's precious children. Our heartfelt thanks, George Hayek, for working towards creating a vegan Lebanon so that animal people are treated benevolently and peace prevails between humans and our fellow beings. May the divine always shield you. To learn more about George Hayek and his work, please visit hayekhospital.org, facebook.com/George G. Hayek, LebaneseVegans.org.
In view of the immeasurable suffering and horror in the animal industry, I initially found no other visual language than one that makes this violence, which is repressed in everyday life, visible again. Hartmut Kibert, vegan.
Kind viewers, it has been a pleasure to have your company on today's program. Please join us again on Monday, January 23rd for George Hayek, vegan, owner of the world's first vegan hospital, part 2 of 2, where we'll learn more about his facility and his efforts to advance the welfare of our animal friends. Coming up next is Begin the New Year with Positive Thinking, part 3 of 12 on Between Master and Disciples, right after Noteworthy News. May your days be blessed with heaven's bliss.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
Programele noastre oferă multe limbi. Vă puteți uita pe suprememastertv.com/schedule și suprememastertv.com/GPGW.